Okay, this is Mario with MIA Microlight once again, and by now you probably have figured out that I employ a lot of the industrial yellow in a lot of the products that I make. In fact, almost every one of them since we started MIA Microlight, and it's been our trademark color, the black and yellow. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to do all the parts that you see here in yellow as well. Originally, the way the kits are supplied, these are all carbon rods. And you can leave it like that, or you can cover it as I did here. And so this is 1/8 heat shrink tubing that I've used as sleeves to decorate the carbon rods here. Originally I had aluminum tubing right over the carbon rods, and these are the tubes that I had originally there, but I took them out because they are a little bit heavy. I mean, they are thin wall, but by the time you add all the tubing on top of the carbon rods, it tend to add a little more weight. So I decided to do that, and I didn't want to paint this, so I decided to do this with heat shrink tubing right over the carbon rods, which is working out really well, as you can see it in this video. So that's how you can customize. If you've bought one of these from MIA Microlight, just go get yourself some a roll of heat shrink tubing. I buy the heat shrink tubing in rolls direct from the manufacturer. You can search online and you can get a spool of that, and you can do your whole microlight anywhere that there's carbon tubing exposed. The struts, the main struts that support the landing gear, those are not done yet, and so that's going to be done next. But I just wanted to talk about this and give my viewers a preview of how this is turning out. I am going to be flying this once again this year, 2017. I haven't had time, because I've been busy with other things and orders of the radio control Quicksilver ultralight, so those have been keeping me quite busy. I also have orders for these, but I wanted to get back to doing some flights while the weather still it's beginning to get really nice. It's been cold and windy up to this point. We are on the second month of 2017, and so this is the perfect time to go out there here in Arizona, at least, to do some flying. So I'm about to do that again with this microlight. This is the one that had the canopy. I showed that in some other videos, the canopy with the full details on the control panel in the front of the canopy, but I removed that because even though it's more in scale, it does tend to add a little more weight. And so I kind of like the open frame design. I just like it, like on the real ones. I also like the real ones the same way. Behind here you'll see I have one done in yellow. It's been painted. The frame is done in yellow. And I might do the same thing here on this one, just to complete the yellow scheme, on the frame, and also on the seat, because the seat is white. The pilot does not have the boots on, because when I had the canopy was to add realism, and so I didn't need to have the pilot with the boots inside the canopy, and so that's the reason why it's without the boots. But it will have the boots once I get this finished. I still have to do the rear sections here, and I'm also going to do the links, which are this is the type that's controlled via the two servos via the two links in a mixed Elevon format to the wing. It's very, very similar to the way I do the radio control. In fact, it's the same way I do the radio control autogyros, the MIA Easy line. So basically the same control, and all the pilot is doing is simulating as if he would be controlling the microlight. Now I do have the robo-trikes, which are fully automated through the pilot, through servos on the pilot and geometry that I embedded inside the control mechanism of the pilot to effect the same, pitch and roll movements as real pilots control the real microlights. So there's the other option. I mean, there's other options to control, the radio control microlights. But these are the two that I just recently also talked about in a recent video. So that's what's going on here. I have a nice little quadcopter here just sitting in the back, and this is also one that I'm trying to finish. So I will do another video to talk about this one. This is the frame that I showed. I did this frame many years ago, and I showed it in a previous video that I did last year, showing this frame, talking about the batteries and how I was looking for very thin batteries, to do a very streamlined quadcopter. And so this is a revamp of those parts. I mean, there's no redesign here. It's the same parts, but I just have configured the quadcopter a little bit different. As you can see, it's coming out pretty nice. This will house the electronics in between these two plates, and also the camera, front camera, and it'll have some other electronics at the back. But you'll see that when I do the other video. Anyway, this is Mario once again. Stay tuned.